Hey, Gold.
Yo, what's good?
Oh my god, it's been forever. What has it been? Like a whole week?
The usual.
Like, damn. I just set
Yo,
up my
what is up,
stream for
Zach?
Enotria.
I I did give it a try, but I gotta give it another try again.
I feel
It
like I need to switch my headset. Like, oh my
huh?
god. Like, my headset has been going in and out. Like, I think I need a new one. Hold up. Yeah, I only can hear out of one ear. That's freaking insane.
Sometimes a jack. Sometimes you need to readjust the jack.
I
Oh, you
do,
can only stay for 10 minutes, Zach.
but I think it's the wire. Because I'm using like an auxiliary wire to connect my wireless headset.
Can I? What's the volume for the game?
Hold up, before I even get any further into this, I need to figure out if I need a new headset. Let me see if I have like a earplug or something.
No, right?
I'm gonna put myself on mute for a minute so I can look for at least some earbuds or something.
No problem. It's always good to have a spare headset or headphones. Oh man, it's been a while since I played Chrono Cross. It was a lovely game. New continue on. Vibration, yes. Okay, these were the controls. Surge's name could always stay just as is.
I couldn't find it.
Really?
I'm a lost person when it comes to all my stuff. I'm like, holy shit. I like had some earbuds somewhere and I'm like, where did it go?
I'm just playing an old school RPG. Let's see.
You know what? I found it. I'm
Inputs.
in luck.
Wunderbar.
Someone was sending me some luck today.
Huh?
I found my earbuds. My earbuds. I found it.
I did some cement work today. Wasn't too bad.
Okay, let me see.
I know who else right about now is deep in Call of Duty.
Oh my god, so much better. I can actually hear shit.
Really?
Yeah. I was hearing out of one ear only.
So wait, did you switch the headphones or did you just readjust it?
No, I switched it to my earbud. Like some old school wired earbuds that I found under my desk.
Under your desk.
Yeah, it was just pointing
Well,
out there.
at least you still have it.
I know. It's like not even like a particular brand. It's like SanDisk. It's a SanDisk brand. And I'm like,
I
oh
didn't
my
know
god.
SanDisk make headphones.
Yeah, they did like little earbuds, wired earbuds.
I literally only know SanDisk for the fact that how should I
They
put it?
yeah, they make the SD like cards.
Right. That is the only thing I know them for.
Yeah, same here, but they do. They made like the earbuds.
Let's see what we got here. My goodness, how's you doing?
It's been pretty busy.
Are you
Like,
sure?
alright, so let me get out of, like, because I'm playing Enotria, let me go into safety. You know, it's like over here in the United States, there's this thing called Memorial Day weekend. Like, so there's Memorial Day.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a weekend where you celebrate veterans, you know, that have served in the war or just served in general in whatever military, Marines or naval, you know, whatever, or even the Air Force. So, my grandfather, you know, he's been dead for quite a long time. He was given like it's like a late medal, like the gold medal of honor. So so my dad and my aunt went to kind of like receive it today, and of course there's like this whole big thing. And then of course we had like a party afterward, but it was like more like a luncheon kind of like party. And I kind of helped out a lot with that, so I've had a hectic week.
Yeah, you were basically pretty much setting up everything, catering
Yeah,
for everything that needed
so
to be done.
because you know my grandfather, you know, Puerto Rican and served in the army and fought in
The U.S.
Korea.
Army?
Yeah, the U.S. Army and fought in Korea. You know, Puerto Rican. When back in the day they drafted in Puerto Rico. So so we did a whole big thing and it was nice. I literally cooked 2 pork shoulders, which we call it pernil. So it's like roasted pork shoulder, and you know I tried to marinate that sucker, you know, like on the fly. You know, like yesterday I spent 10 hours roasting only 2 pork shoulders. Just 2. It took 10 hours.
What?
Because, you know, Puerto Ricans, we are, just like the Philippines, we have this art form of dealing with pork, okay? So, roasting pork for us is like an art form. So,
Okay.
between the 2 pork shoulders, because, you know, the oven I have is not big. And usually when you do something like this, you have like a full-on outdoor, I can't remember what we call it.
Like a barbecue grill or something.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, something like a slow smoker, and it kind of like rotates the pig and everything like that. So we don't have that here, so it's just like pork shoulder, put it in the oven, but you know, my oven's small, so 5 hours for one pork shoulder, and another 5 hours for the
God,
other pork shoulder.
God damn, 5 hours.
Yeah, so 5 hours each, and you know,
I would be taking a nap in between that.
there was no nap. I wish I could take a nap on that sucker, but frick, I was attentive, and today, you know, we served up all the food and stuff. So I left the event for just 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Only 20, because my dad was like, oh my god, I forgot the stereo and everything. I need the stereo. And I was like, okay, let me go. I'll go get it. Where'd you put it? And I was like, it's like, it was only 20 minutes. Like there was 50 people, you know, waiting to eat, and, all this stuff. I come back. All the food was gone. The 2 pernils I made, gone. The first thing that went. All the chicken that my dad got, gone. He bought like 5 whole chickens.
Nah, that's not people who ate the food. That's stealing.
So there was 5 whole chickens, and another cousin, you know, she made like a whole big pot of rice and beans, you know. And then of course, you know, another cousin bought like, you know, like some macaroni salad, and there was of course like yuca and a little bit of different things. Everything was gone, including pastries. I didn't get any pastries. I didn't get any food. Like 20 minutes away, I come back and there's no food left. Like everything is empty, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And then I'm trying to ask my family members, because a lot of these people are just kind of like strangers because they're a part of like a big like biker gang chapter where I live. And so they're all veterans, of various kinds in all different fields. And
good night, Luna.
And I'm trying to figure out, well, did anyone like the pernil? I'm I'm asking my family members, did you have the pork? And they were like, no, we didn't get a chance to get it. It was all gone.
So wait, so that really begs the question: who in the world? Where did all the food go?
I don't know, but out of the 50 people, there was like a lot of, big people. Not big like, overly done. I'm just saying big, okay? Like, they look like they can pack it, okay? And actually, even before we even arrived there with food, like, they were just, like, chugging beers. Like, these are Puerto Ricans, okay? You don't get it.
No, I'm not Puerto Rican.
No one gets it. Puerto Ricans. I'm like, hot day, being out, doing this whole memorial thing because it was like 80 some degrees here in DC, and they were chugging some beers. Like, literally, they went through a case and a half of beers, and like one person was like sweating. I'm like, we don't have enough beer. I'm like, beer's on the way. Trust me, it's on the way, and the food is on the way. Everything arrived, but I had to leave because my dad forgot the stereo so we could play music. Goodness. So it only took 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I come back, and everything is gone. All the food, along with the pastries as well. Whatever pastries that was brought while I was away. And I was like, oh my god. So the only thing that was really left was about a quarter of the beers, like that was left that my dad brought to this event. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drink at least half of this cooler. And then I was like to my dad, you know what? My payment for all of this and cooking the two panniers, I want a fucking pizza. He got me a pizza. And I drank half of the cooler of beers.
My blood pressure would have been through the roof if I were you.
Oh honestly. My god, but it was hilarious. I was having after the first 3 beers, I was like, you know what, I'm good.
I feel like I want to be pissed off just hearing that.
I was thinking,
no joke.
I had a good time after. I had a good time after I had the beers. That was a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. When you're someone that cooks and is attentive to things, and I was gonna rip my mom's head off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I made an illegal left turn because we missed our turn and it was a one way. And I was like, she was just jammering in my ear from the passenger seat, and my aunt is like in the back just like laughing at this whole thing, and I'm the one who's making I went into a one-way lane and made an illegal left turn.
Yeah, you were completely out of it.
I wasn't even at that point, I'm like, I need a shot of rum. I'm like, at this case, I'm like, you know what? I need a shot. There's nothing good that's gonna heal this. By the end of it all, I was like, alright, we're all relaxed, we're chilling. I'm like, it's Memorial Day weekend. It's the rest of the time we can just alright, I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. No one's waking me up. I have no reason to be anywhere.
Okay, Zach, sorry you gotta go, and I hope to see you next time. I was talking the other day to somebody, and we were talking about veterans, and I was telling them that America, from what I see, they don't do enough for their veterans, for the sacrifice that they do make.
I don't really know to be exact because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty sure half of my uncles and even my grandfather didn't really want to go see the wars that they did, but they did. So they came back and they had to just live normal lives, working everyday jobs. It wasn't a part of their career to be a veteran or anything like that. Like literally my grandfather became a, what do you call that? He like built and fixed ACs.
Ah,
So
it's not a
that,
bad job.
yeah, he made a living like that, and and he was a big part of his community in that way. And he made a living for the family, which we all flourished from. So good.
That does sound like something good.
Yeah, but he didn't really get anything from the government. He didn't really, all he got was just a bunch of trauma from that. So I do believe what you're saying, like they don't give veterans enough for the things they
No,
have
because
to witness.
from what I had seen, like you got a lot of veterans who retire, right? And when they retire, they have trauma. Some of them, as far as I've heard, I can't say that I know, haven't received anything to like compensation for the war that they've done. They're just left out here on their own. Don't know how to adjust to civilian life. Although it doesn't seem like the case with your grandpa though, which is good.
Well, he was in the worst type of war, but yeah, I don't know how he managed to do it, but he did it. I don't know how he did it. Well, he was mostly quiet most of the time. That's the thing. People that actually paid attention to him realized like he stayed quiet a lot. He didn't really talk a lot. Even though like after a few drinks he would be like happy go lucky and all that stuff. That's the thing about all these veterans. They once they have a few drinks, they're just so happy go lucky. They're kind of like the big ass charmers that go and flirt with every lady with heels and everything like that. It's cute, but it's not cute at the same time. And I'm like, that's what I stem from. I stem from a bunch of like womanizers.
My dad was one.
So it's just like, yeah, that's how they got by,
We used to sometimes have these other ladies walking into our yard, and my mom would cause a fits. It is what it is. You never
Yeah.
do apologize.
There's nothing I can complain about. I'm like, also, my mom's uncle in the similar war, he was a paratrooper. That one was that one really did kind of like eat away at him. He couldn't really recover from that because he was already a war survivor from escaping Estonia when it was taken over by the Soviet Union. So when they came to America, he decided to join, the Air Force, and then he went right back into war. And when he came back, he was never the same.
Damn.
So
That a bit sounds strange though. The U.S. Army lets like anybody, even foreigners, join. I thought they would only, like, to my brain says it only makes sense to recruit citizens.
I don't know what the rules were back then, though, because you're talking about way back when during World War II and after World War II. So I don't know what the rules were then, but even big friend of the family back then, but he already passed away and everything. He was in the U.S. Army too, but he wasn't from here. He was came here based on asylum. When you came here from across, during World War II or after World War II, you were given asylum.
He was an immigrant.
Yeah, he wasn't like not a native or not even a citizen yet of this country. But he ended up being a very high position in the U.S. Army.
Oh, nice.
So, but that was back then. I don't know what
I guess he had a good instinct to lead.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe back then they really did need a lot of people.
Yeah, they were probably just desperate.
So yeah, because technically they had the draft from Puerto Rico, even though Puerto Ricans didn't even need to involve themselves in anything.
So like, wait a minute, maybe I missed something here. So Puerto Rico was just that bad at the time?
Puerto Rico, even though it's owned by the United States, but it's its own country, it's its own culture, but it's owned by the United States.
So how did they allow it? Oh, now I'm just confused. Now I'm just confused. The reason why I say that because so the U.S. owns Puerto Rico, but they allowed them to just do their own thing.
Puerto Rico, yeah, Puerto Rico is subjected to the same tax issue and everything, sales tax, all that.
Okay.
But it's only because Puerto Rico is owned by the U.S. It used to be owned by Spain, and it was sold to the U.S.
They just sold them. They just like sold the nation like, yo, we need some money. Y'all can take this.
I mean, there's a lot of Caribbean islands that were owned by the crown.
Yeah, England. Like,
Yeah.
my country was one of them.
So
Until about 50 years ago, they wanted independence and they got it.
Yeah, it's the same situation with what happened with Puerto Rico, except it never got its independence. It ended up being sold to the U.S.
Oh wow.
So it's talking about fucked up situations, but I mean, you try to make the best of whatever. So
yeah, good night, see, dude.
So when all the wars were happening, Puerto Rico was subjected to the same thing that U.S. citizens were subjected to. The men, basically, in terms of drafting, like you had to go to war or you were considered AWOL.
Okay. Except or if you maybe had a disability, they can't force you though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why do you think a lot of people probably did, injure themselves? Some people did. They injured themselves on the field.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Somebody probably stabbing themselves in both legs so they don't have to fight in the war.
All they had to do was shoot themselves in the leg.
Oh my goodness. I probably would, because I always said I won't fight. I won't go to war for a nation, even for my nation.
Yeah, but a lot of people did,
Personally, they make it look like it's a noble, honorable thing, but like nowadays, the way I see it, wars are manufactured by people in power to accomplish whatever it is they want to accomplish. So I don't see the point in me doing that.
Of course, us, we kind of see through a little bit of the bullshit of all of that, so we kind of like...
Because, as far as I can understand, wars are not random.
No, they're not. They're really not.
No,
but
so
it's our generation, well, at least me, some people in the millennial generation see that, and then there's the Gen Z, and of course the Gen Alpha, they see that too. There's just a lot of like bullshit behind that, but you know, what's the whole point of war and what's the whole point of all this stuff if it leads to all of this backlash, this chaos? Because not only you're dealing with traumatized soldiers, you're dealing with also the civilians that end up being traumatized as well.
Yeah, because the way I see it, right? We know people are in control and they start wars. And then you're gonna, you know, the one person wants to make money or one person wants to control this or that, so they start wars, right? And then you're gonna ask me and you to sign up willingly, go through trauma, kill people, possibly get killed. And to accomplish what? War, it doesn't end. It doesn't end.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I just, it seems like a completely another waste to me.
No, I agree with you. It is. Anything war related, I know for a freaking fact that nothing good comes from it. That's why when someone's like always establishing some form of sanction, is to avoid some sort of like physical conflict. Because you know when it escalates, there's no turning back. Okay, we're so upgraded in society in terms of like I'm not gonna lie to you. The United States has the most I'm not even gonna talk about it because it's just like the technology and the amount of money that went into defense is literally no one has to be setting foot on the soil and they can do anything. That's how advanced the artillery that it is over here. I'm like, you don't even have to set foot off the soil. Ever since 9/11, like, it's just amped up like that.
Yeah, defense, like they took defense. I was watching a documentary on it. But there's also, well, after 9/11 though, they said that's how a lot of the mafia started to gain control in America. Because like
Mafia always had control over America. I don't know what. Mafia's been around for so long and we should not even be discussing that.
Listen to me, right? They had some degree of control, however, the government kept them in check. They couldn't step out of place. However, after 9/11, like they stopped putting the mafia as a priority and focused on terrorism, allowing the mafia a lot more leeway than they ever had before. That's the point I was trying to make.
Of course.
Because, like, at this point, mafia wasn't their main concern. It wasn't a priority.
I don't think the mafia has ever been their main concern. I think mostly it's just been the cartel for some reason. And I'm like, why? It's just at this point, I'm not saying anything. This is all just bullshit at this point, but
I found the country, but there was a country recently where the new leader, he decided like he's had enough of this bullshit.
I think it was Chile or I think it was Chile or Peru. I think it was Chile. Or maybe it was Guatemala. Like, no.
Where he started cracking down on cartel and gangs so hard. But the stupidest thing, they were giving him flack for saying like his treatment was inhumane, blah 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 blah.
I don't know at this point. I'm like, there's so many figures these days that are trying to just tackle this bullshit, tackle corruption and the political environment. Cause you know,
you'll never get rid of it.
A lot of this. The reason why there's just so much bullshit is because you know whoever got into political power ended up letting this happen. Because they all got paid. Everything is always about the money. It's the money trail. And I'm not.
That's the thing that bothers me though. a lot of people are in a situation where they don't need more money. Like they can live pretty comfortably. So
No, they
what's the
get
point in taking more bribes, more money,
because
doing more shady stuff?
it's greed. A lot of people are driven by greed.
Yeah, but it feels like it's greed for the sake of greed, not like greed for a goal. If you catch my drift.
It's okay. There's this thing where people just have like this endless void of desire that never gets filled. It's a little thing. Like, it's just like this insecurity that some people have, that no matter how much money, no matter how much power and status they gain for themselves, it's never enough. It's never enough. I listened to some person say it's no matter how much money a rich person makes, they constantly feel on edge that they're going to lose their money, or it's just never enough. Like, they're just on edge all the time. Like, more insecure than the average person that's in poverty. And this is just based on what I've heard. And I'm like, of course, there's a lot to take about that, because it could be true or it cannot be true. I don't know. I've never really met a rich person. Actually, kind of have. I did meet some rich people, but they're kind of like low key and everything. And mostly their wealth stems from their parents, their family. So, but yeah, it's weird in a way. It's like, why would you pursue this amount of resources and wealth when you have enough to live already for a lifetime and be okay? Like, even to feed your kid at the moment, your family at the moment, all that. I'm like, why pursue that?
Yeah, that's the type of thing I do wonder. But I guess it circles back to the point that you made earlier that, well, they have an infinite greed for just the sake of it.
I don't know. There's a root behind it. There's always like a root reason why people feel that way or driven in that way. I don't know. Maybe because
it's basic human nature to keep wanting regardless.
The thing is, though, what people claim as human nature is not really nature in itself. It's not innate that you're born with. It's something you learn as you're in your environment. A lot of the things you learn, a lot of the things, even your personality is molded by your role models, your environment. That's why it's so difficult to figure out what is exactly human nature and what is actually driven based on nurture. So it's like that battle again of what's nurture versus nature. A lot of people like to say, oh, this is human nature. And at the end of the day, it's not. It's nurture. It's always been nurture. Even to you picking your romantic partner and everything, it all stems from who role modeled love and romance to you. And what happens if your role models are not so healthy? You're going to go down the same path as that. It's like if someone's saying, I don't want to be anything like my parents. I'm like, and they try their hardest to not be like their parents, but then they ended up being like their parents, but a mutated version of it. That's because it's like, it's already subconsciously and unconsciously ingrained in you. Like, it's information that just got stuck in you, because they say from 1 to 7, you're absorbing information and you're learning things at a rapid rate. So how can you claim what is nurture versus nature if a lot of the times, the moment you come out of the womb, you're absorbing so much information and everything? One thing is they do claim as nature is when certain situations that happen in your life, it's something that's innate, that, you know, that just pops out. Like, you know, a crisis happened and suddenly you are able to do something that you've never even experienced or learned before in your life. That's happened. Like, for me, I was able to figure out how to light a fire, or I was able to figure out how to make coffee for my mother during a blackout and everything like that. Like, some information in me just came out and I was able to figure that out, how to make coffee for my mother, even though there was no electricity running through the house or any of that.
Oh,
That's nature. That's something innate, just like in animals. But, you know, like, you know, birds eventually naturally figure out where they migrate to and how they do things. Humans have the same thing if they're put in certain circumstances.
So, having grown up with ADHD, well, it's for simple terms, I did a lot of stupid things at home that would piss off or were dangerous in my parents' eyes. So, my mother, she would lock a certain part of the house just to make sure I don't break or destroy anything when she had to leave and I had to be home unsupervised. So now, at some point, I got hungry. I didn't know what to do. I had seen my cousins, when I visited them, fry some eggs and stuff. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna do that too. And here we go. I kid you not. I ended up from heating up the pan, putting the egg first and then the oil after. And then mom came home and saw it.
Oh my god.
She just smiled and she like, you know what? Yeah, it's best I start teaching you how to cook now.
It's like me trying to figure out how to light a gas stove where the pilot light doesn't even work. Yo, there's just some things that just come in handy. And people don't realize what you're capable of until you need to do it.
Yeah, I did it. So today, as an odd job, I did cement casting.
I saw the picture of that. That's just hilarious.
Well, I'm not afraid of hard work, so. And my brother, his girlfriend's father, had the project going, so he just came, woke me up right outside my window. I was like, "Hey, you busy today?" I'm like, "No, I was playing Helldivers as usual." So then I just hopped on board. My whole body aches.
Yeah, doing that type of work. One of my cousins used to do foundation work, and all it is cement and rocks.
Well, we didn't have to deal with rock. It was just sand and cement today.
Well, the rock part is not supposed to be. It's just because of the person he worked for did some old traditional ways of how they used to do.
Ah.
What do you call that? The foundation, the mix of cement
Casting.
and rock. Yeah.
Yeah, casting.
So that is the most durable, I guess, foundation. Is the one.
We did end up having to do something like that at some point because what happened was that the floor was uneven. So what was gonna happen was that we would have ended up using or having to mix a whole lot more cement to get it even. And mixing the cement was not easy.
Oh, I can imagine.
Well, namely because I'm not accustomed to it. But I rather enjoyed myself today because I was having a talk with another customer and I was basically telling that whole sitting down behind a counter, even if it does make me more money, it's less satisfactory than getting up and doing something with my hands. Like, just a sitting job is definitely not for me. That shit would frustrate the fuck out of me.
If I'm gonna do something sitting, it's gonna be for my art or writing. It's not gonna be for office environment. Cause
No, I can't.
at least I'm getting something, like I'm creating something. But I'd rather use my body, work my body doing something manual labor wise than to just strictly do some sit in a chair in an office in a cubicle. I just can't do it.
I would probably have a stroke doing having to
I would
sit in
have
a cubicle.
anxiety up the pie hole and I would be like, kill me now. I am depressed as hell. I would drink and do every drug on the menu, okay?
Oh my goodness.
This is what happens when I'm 5 beers in my life. Like I still have like, well, I have 2 more beers left in terms of what was left in the cooler.
I don't know. Alcohol and well, mine was marijuana. Alcohol and marijuana never really. They never hooked me too much for some reason. Unlike everybody else.
I don't like drugs. I never touch it. That's why when people say, "What you haven't have you tried every like drug in the book?" and I'm like, "No. Why would I?"
Well, trying every drug in the book was just stupid. I mean, why would you want to try cocaine when you know what it is?
I don't know, but some people they find a thrill in that, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, I'm not interested.
I've seen enough junkies and addicts to know why you give it a chance at all, in my opinion.
I don't know why people do it, but I guess they do it. It's a thing, just like trying every alcohol in the book. I'm like, I've tried all sorts of stuff, but I'm like, I like what I like.
Fair enough. Actually, I do remember a time with me and my coworkers. At the time, they've quit now, but it was 3 of us, and we literally went on a binge, trying out a sip of every alcohol behind the counter. And then we were mixing it with different drinks as chaser. I thought there was a nice one, LLB, a lemonade type drink. And if you mix it with Black Label, woo, that actually did taste good. That tastes really good.
I can't handle Black Label. I can't handle whiskey, to be honest with you. Or bourbon. I can't handle it.
Okay, I will say, when I did drink, whiskey was actually my favorite.
Whiskey? Mm.
Yep. Black Label whiskey, oh boy, I did enjoy that.
Okay.
Or there was one. It was, okay, so they came up with an idea to make wine, but in a whiskey barrel. That one I do feel the temptation for at times. Because it's basically wine. It has the softness of wine, but it very much has the flavor of whiskey.
Yeah, because it was done in the barrel with the like they soak the whiskey into the barrel, the outer edges of the barrel. Yeah, I've heard of that.
I admit at the time I did drink that like it was juice.
I'm like, I don't know if I can handle all of that stuff. I barely can even drink wine.
Funny, from all our conversations, you always sounded like a hardcore drinker.
I don't like wine too much. That's my mom's thing.
So for you, it's beers.
I like beer and I like a little bit of rum, but I'm very particular about my rum, and I'm also very particular about my vodka.
Okay, so we're complete opposites because for me, nothing was better than wine.
I mean, I can have it, but I usually end up putting sparkling water into it and ice.
What?
Yeah. Like white wine, I'll put sparkling water into it.
Okay, that just seems weird to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty weird. My mom does it. My mom puts ice. I put sparkling water and ice, and I just call it a spritz.
Okay. Well,
But
that's definitely something.
I mean, it tastes good at that point. I'm like, I just can't. I don't know. I can't. do wine all the time like that. Beer? Yes. Vodka? Yes. I even make my version of the Puerto Rican mule.
Okay, vodka with orange juice is just really good.
You know, vodka and ginger beer and lime is fantastic. Along with rum ginger beer and lime is fantastic too. Oh god, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Okay.
I tried the Enotria demo. The parry feels like Elden Ring and Dark Souls, and I'm not gonna like it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels very clunky. Like, I can never figure out the, what do you call it? The window, the parry window for this. And even if I press it, it doesn't do it for me.
I know we're just gonna bump into a YouTube video, somebody doing perfect parries every 2 minutes, every 2 seconds.
Some have, but I think they take a lot of time. They do a lot of hours of gameplay with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to practice. They can't be perfect right off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, you're just not. I mean, I watched a review and they try to compare it to Liza P, that the parry window is more lenient in here, and I'm like, I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's just super clump.
No, I definitely had less trouble with Liza P parry window when I bought it.
So I don't know what they're talking about. They probably didn't play the game, or maybe they feel like, I don't know. A lot of people have weird takes on the reasons why they think Liza P, the parry window, is bad. I'm like, I think it's pretty decent.
I don't necessarily think it's bad.
I don't think it's bad at all.
It's more, how should I put it? I don't feel the same sense of rhythm in the multi-parries as I do when I play Sekiro. Like Sekiro, I literally parried a full, like Genichiro. Genichiro's full combo when he starts going into the flurry.
Yeah.
I've deflected it with my eyes closed. That's how much I feel and know the rhythm of it. With Liza P, you feel like everything you parry in fully relies on your sight and how you react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or a good example would be God of War 4. I did a lot of parrying because I did most of my parries on a feel or sensation rather than just looking at it. I don't know. Come to think of it, I haven't seen you upload any series in a while.
Who? What series?
Like a game you play offline, just upload episodes?
Oh yeah, I only did the Enotria demo and that was it.
Wait, you completed the whole thing? I didn't watch it to the end.
No, I haven't, because I still haven't figured out the mechanics of this game to be able to even defeat the game, so it's weird. I'm trying to figure out the whole parry window. I mean, I'm like, here and there the parry window is lenient, but I don't feel like it is.
I don't think so. I think it requires precision. I very much think it requires a lot of precision.
Oh my god. I'm trying to defeat a mini boss.
Because the reason why I never parried an Elden Ring...
Oh man. Hold up one second.
What your eyes see and how you gauge it and how you when you press the button have to be in sync.
Yeah, that's not in sync. They're never in sync. I just defeated a mini little boss, which is weird for Enotria. I keep mispronouncing this name. I was like, I just want to call it Enotria. Enotria.
Enotria
But
last song.
yeah, I know. Enotria.
I I didn't even know this thing was releasing at all.
I didn't think they were going to have a
Kind of like it just
demo, but I
okay.
guess they thought it as a benefit at this point because, I don't know. I think it's kind of bad, to be honest with you.
Uh huh.
It's very bad. It's super clunky. I don't think I would ever kind of like pay money for this. I know a lot
I
of people say some good things that you can kind of like it's a good Souls game that you kind of can build your character, which you can. You definitely can do that, but I feel like I'm not getting the same experience of playing a demo for like Lies of P or some other type of game. For me, it's like playing like Alone in the Dark, where you have a clunky like weapon mechanics here.
doesn't feel smooth.
Yeah, it does not feel smooth at all. Like Lies of P, Elden Ring, even Bloodborne, it's smooth. Like,
Yeah, but then you're dealing with oh, who's the studio behind Enotria?
I don't know. I didn't even bother looking it up. You can look it up.
Okay, let me look it up right now.
I'm like, you're talking to a girl that's 5 beers in and talking about stupid theories of life here.
Yeah, I've been lately on a binge of watching movies. It's actually been a long while since I watched a movie. I started looking for movies that I might find interesting. Which I
Um,
did, I have found a few.
like what?
Well, one I recently watched was Walden.
The whata?
Walden.
What is that about?
So the main character is a stenographer. You know, the guy that sits in the courtroom and types out all the dialogue that takes place there.
Ah,
And he seems like he's a mild-mannered, timid maybe, no, definitely timid and soft individual at the start. But it's like he basically like he has to witness these or has to witness first-hand accounts of these crimes being committed and then seeing the defendant and the plaintiff and whatnot come into court. And then he has to see these people commit their crimes. Some get punished, some is on hold, and some get away with it, simply. And eventually he just like, he snaps. This mild-mannered loser who's so soft and timid, he snaps and he can't take it anymore.
damn.
There's like, the first case is this cocaine head with a daughter, and he ended up like beating the daughter and then stuffing her in the oven and cooking her alive.
Oh my god. What kind of
And like,
shit is that?
yeah. And he tried to attack the judge after his sentence, but the judge like, nah, the judge wasn't having it. And then there's this nice scene where he's going to run up on the judge, and the judge pulls out his gun, a massive gun. He's pointing up like, he's like, try you little shit, make my day.
Okay.
But then, on a technicality, due to them not processing evidence properly, he gets to walk free. Walden did pass out. Like, he passed out from just hearing about the case. Then he gets diagnosed with a tumor. And like, he just goes, like, he just decides, this guy literally goes in his room, prays, and he's talking to God. And he's telling him, well, God, think this is gonna be the last time. He doesn't blame God, but he's like, you know what? He thinks it's time to take things in his own hands. Oh my goodness, it's a nice vigilante movie.
Oh my god.
I'd definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I have like a few shows that I've been watching. Oh my god.
Actually, there is one series that I want to try. House. I've never fully watched it.
I've watched all the seasons of House, and it's annoying that I watched every single one of them.
Look, I've watched a couple episodes of House over the years. Seen a lot of clips on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I love House as a character. I just love House.
He's a very pretentious character. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know why particularly, but the fact that he's a son of a bitch to everybody.
Well, it's a character that you created, you know. What is the most entertaining character that you would create? It's gonna be the asshole character. You're not gonna create a character that people really like. You're gonna create like a person who is just a bullshit person, but with a heart of gold.
I wouldn't necessarily say House has a heart of gold. He does have a functioning beating heart.
I'm like, you know, it's like the work he does as a doctor in the show, you know, helps a lot of people. That's the heart of gold part, but he's an asshole.
No. I think you got it confused.
What?
House, I don't think a heart of gold is doing, in my opinion, is doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. House doesn't necessarily help people because he's altruistic. He treats cases as puzzles.
Yeah, that's true. So you're making him even more of a villain in even though he's not portrayed as a villain, but he's a villain. He's like a low-key villain. Because he doesn't do this to help people, he does this just strictly out of the pleasure of solving an unsolved puzzle. Like an impossible puzzle that no one's gonna solve.
Yeah, but he solves it. They've confronted it, and he's admitted that he can't deny it. It's what he is how he does his work effectively.
I mean, you know, he's basically what you call a clinical sociopath, so...
No, because at the end of the day, he does have feelings.
He does, but you know,
He's not. I wouldn't say he's too far off.
Yeah, he has like sociopathic traits. That's for sure.
Yes. Especially for what he did to Masters. Ooh, that was something else.
That's true.
I like the look. Yo, Hugh Laurie is a really good actor because
yes,
the seriousness on his face of what he did to Masters, I was very much shocked. And it was a real shame though. Although people argue that Chase is becoming very much like House. Although I don't necessarily see too much of it.
I mean, Chase is basically selling his soul for that. Cause I know what he's talking about because he's like, you know, he's just a very, like, he's an Australian dude, very, like, on his game, young, ambitious.
Yeah, that is true.
So, yeah, of course, you know, he's going to kind of take, on some characteristics of House because, let's face it, House solves shit. And you get recognition when you solve shit.
Yeah, whether you like House or not, he gets shit done. He saves lives.
I mean, he does, but yet he doesn't. It's very weird how that is.
The only time, well, first of all, Cuddy herself, they've mentioned the Cuddy about firing House, and like he has a lot of lawsuits and malpractice against him. But then she mentioned that the amount of lives he saved and the money he makes the hospital outweighs all the bad shit he does. It said they literally just don't fire him.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is fiction, so of course, you know.
Yeah, that is true. Like,
They're gonna make him get
stuff,
away with a lot of that stuff, but malpractice is a pretty hefty thing. That's. Yeah.
the biggest fictional thing I've seen that is the doctors actually going into your house and looking for stuff.
There used to be that.
You're serious?
I'm not. I'm very serious. They used to do house calls back in the day.
No. I'm not talking about a house call like a doctor comes and visit you at home. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way House literally goes into your apartment while you're in the hospital to check to see if there's anything that can help him diagnose you.
Oh no, that's illegal.
That is just 100% fiction to be getting away with.
That's illegal.
You know the funny thing? There is a certain point where it's made very clear a lot of House's staff know how to lockpick simply because they know what House is gonna have them do.
Yeah, no. I don't think any doctor in society knows how to lockpick unless they grew up in that.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, maybe, you know, someone knows how to break into a car, but these days it's not that easy anymore. Well, yeah, it actually is very easy, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going to admit to that, but yeah. I'm like, there's a reason why car theft is so high lately. And there's a few brands that are the easiest to take.
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my god. I gotta tell you, I'm like, if you're gonna own a car, you might as well just like not invest so much in it.
Only to have it stolen on you.
Not just that, anything can happen, like anything. I'm like, you know how lucky you have to be to walk away scratch free?
I mean, there is that saying that take care of your car and it'll take care of you.
I mean, that's according to maintenance. Maintenance. Only maintenance. Making sure you change the oil in your car often, and then, make sure you check the rotors so you don't want to be like grinding up your brakes and all that stuff and breaking shit. But oh my god. I'm like, it's a guarantee your car's gonna get fucked up eventually.
So what do you... No, that's... Maybe there's a high chance, but that's not a guarantee.
I mean, you're gonna get a scratch on your car at some point. There's no way in hell. I'm like, even with how well my family members are drive and that are really well adept with driving vehicles, including motorcycles, yo, you're gonna end up with some scratch one day or another. Or some fender bender.
I actually have. I remember this one time. Actually, no, twice. I'm lying. It's actually 3 times. The first time I ended up ripping off hood of the car.
Why?
I was trying to park, and it ended up going under another vehicle's bumper, hooked, and when I tried to reverse, it just ripped off. I was fully ready to take responsibility and told the guy I was gonna call police, and he decided to let it go. Helped, like, went inside, came back out, got me a screwdriver and helped me put back the bonnet, screw it on the right back, bumped out his own, and then I bought him a beer.
Oh, that was nice of you. It's like, let me buy
Yeah,
you a
because
beer.
no, but because think about it from my perspective, right?
Nah.
People are so on edge when it comes to their cars. You could actually touch the car and you pissed off somebody already.
Yeah.
So the fact that he let it go, I just bought bought the guy a beer.
Well.
And then we called it a day. Something similar happened. Something similar but not as serious happened after. And the third time, oh my goodness, this guy literally parked almost in the middle of the road. So I was coming down, and like I was so surprised. I just recently gotten my license. I ended up jamming him in the back. Luckily there was a tire there, absorbed a portion of impact. But then the door of the car had like this huge ass dent. Which I decided, yeah, we called the police, took notes, I paid for it. I brought it to a body shop near in the neighborhood. Since they knew me, they didn't charge me. They didn't charge me like 80 bucks to get the job done. And then that was it.
Dude. Cars here will make you go broke. That is the honesty of a lifetime here. You go broke owning a car. Because I'm like, oh my god, you get into an accident and if you don't have insurance, you're fucked. You're fucked more than anything in life.
You never been in an accident.
I've been in fender benders.
Alright.
What happened, I was like in a traffic jam on the way home from school and I sneezed and I rear-ended a dude. Cause I have horrible allergies. Like I was sneezing like a crazy person. Like when I sneeze, you can hear me a mile away. And I just like, oh my god. So it's just like it's such a hassle. And I've been in another one in a parking lot. Because right. I'm like, the way the kid was parked and everything, and I'm like, he took up most of the space and everything, because I was trying to, the way they build the parking spaces here, it's like, they give you no room to back out.
Oh, goodness.
And I was like, I ended up rear-ending him, and I was like, this is fucking, like, just not my luck. And it was like a kid that lived in the neighborhood and everything, and I had to deal with that bullshit.
So how did that get involved?
Well, in the end, if I didn't have insurance, I'd be fucked. But because I had insurance, I wasn't so fucked.
Okay.
So, like, insurance covered most of my stuff on fixing his little scratch bumper, which cost a fortune for some reason. But that's just how it is. But the thing is, I'm like, that's why...
How high a fortune we talking here?
Like, you know, it's like they... If you don't have insurance, they can charge you, like, thousands of dollars.
Oh, damn.
I'm not even lying. People have sued each other here for less.
That's the thing with America, though. Y'all like to sue.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's been kind of perpetuated.
Y'all don't waste no time.
that's what's been perpetuated here. But you know, that's just something that people has gotten used to.
Y'all don't waste no time at all to sue.
I don't like suing people. I'm just like, that's just stupid. A lot of people do it so they can get rich. And then they can live the luxury life and buy their Louis Vuitton purse and Coach, like, whatever shit.
That's just ridiculous. I think there need to be tighter restrictions around suing.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm just like, you know, I don't like being in a car. Even though I drive. And I was driving today. I spent most of my day on the road and it was hot.
You made that point about not liking cars very much.
I said it. I said it that I'm jealous of people who have a very, very robust transit system. Because I'm like, I don't have that. I don't have it. I'm like,
an Uber.
That costs a lot more money than taking a fucking transit.
An Uber?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Do you know how much they charge for Ubers nowadays? It's like a ridiculous amount.
No, I don't. I don't live in America.
It's expensive as shit. You might as well just call it a good old-fashioned taxi at this point.
Damn, Ubers are becoming an exclusive business now.
Oh my god. It's just like, at the end of the day, I kind of wish that there wasn't all this bullshit. And people got played into that.
You can wish all you want, it's not gonna change.
You know, there's Uber, if you don't have a real job as an Uber driver, you're homeless, basically. You're living worse than poverty. You're making less money than I am. Well, what I used to make. Working just like 40 hours a week in retail.
Yeah,
and it's hard for people to calculate that numbers because when you think about it, your most expensive in this country is your house and your fucking car. Those are the two most biggest expenses you're gonna have in living in the USA. Where you live and the fucking car you drive. So you're trying to make a living using the second most expensive expenses you have to try to get by. It's just dumb as doornails. I'm like, I've had friends and cousins that do Uber, but they do it on the side. It's like once in a while they do it, they want to make extra money, but they have like a real like full-time job where they're stuck remotely in their apartment doing 40 some hours of work, and they get paid whatever salary amount of money a year, and are able to make expenses. But what they pitch for you in Uber or DoorDash and all that, it's just like the money just doesn't add up because you're using your biggest expense to try to make a living. It's stupid. Because, I'm like, even who else will say this? Like, it costs a lot of money to maintenance your car, depending on the car you have. You have to either know how to fix a car yourself, maintenance a car yourself, or you gotta find a friend that can do it for you for a little bit cheaper than the, average place you're gonna go to. But, not only you're wasting your money. By the way, the state I live in, I'm like, they charge the highest in owning a vehicle in taxes. So there's a vehicle tax. So if you own a vehicle in the state I live in here in the United States, you're paying the highest. So owning a car here or any form of vehicle, if it's over $100,000, you're paying a hefty annual tax every year on that vehicle.
God damn.
So not only you're paying a high tax on that, not only that you're getting bleeded in taxes in other areas to build wider roads here, you also have to pay maintenance for that vehicle depending on the vehicle you have. And I know who else he was mentioning, BMWs and Mercedes and all that stuff. Those are the highest in maintenance in terms of a luxury vehicle here, unless you own the ultra luxury vehicles like, you know, like a Bugatti or
Lamborghini.
yeah, that too, because those are specialized vehicles, so you have to take it to the dealer or a certified mechanic that can touch that vehicle. And if you don't know someone, you're just forking out like you know, my dad, he has a Mercedes, by the way, but it was used. He accidentally like blew the battery, and it short circuited all the wiring in the car, and then suddenly the electric key didn't work anymore. You know how much money it took for him to fix that? More than more what I would ever seen in a fucking 3 months.
Oh well.
Working a regular
Okay.
job. So that's the kind of money you're looking to fork out and everything. And I understand in some countries they actually shun you for owning a car. There are some countries that do that. I'm not going to mention them. But there are some countries that actually shun you for owning a car, and they actually make you pay the most taxes and fees for owning a car.
Those countries must have the lowest carbon emission ever.
Well, they have really good public transit system, and they promote more on walking, you know, or bike routes
I was
too.
about to say that one.
So when you're looking at all of that, I'm like, damn, you know. Some countries are really well established. Like my mom went to Sweden, and she didn't even need to rent a car. She just took the train and the bus everywhere.
I'd like to what's the word I'm looking for? Ride on a train sometime.
I mean, in DC we have the metro system, but it's decent. But it could be better. There's a lot of things that could be better. I don't know where to freaking go in this game. I'm lost. Do you know how many times I've died in this game, Cold? And it's a demo.
It's hard.
I died more than I can even count at this point. I lost count.
Now I'll put it this way. The first time I started, it definitely gave me a run for my money.
It's definitely giving me a run for my money because I'm like, what?
But then again, I just chalk it up to not being accustomed to it.
Definitely I'm not accustomed to this game, that's for sure. I was hoping it would be better for some reason.
I see some videos on Gaming Bolt, but a new game that's gonna come out. Relics, something of the Guardians. It looks interesting. I'll post it in Discord at some point.
The relics.
I didn't even notice the game existed at all until I saw it, but then it definitely piqued my interest.
You know, I never know games exist until I see a trailer, and then I'm like, that looks good. And then when I play a demo, I'm like, I'm disappointed. That's how I feel like right now. I'm disappointed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the demo, it's okay, but it sucks. I don't know, I'm contradicting myself. It sucks.
Sometimes the full game and the demo are completely different.
I don't know, but you know,
I had a terrible time with Lies of P demo. Made me want to run away from the game until you and who else actually convinced me to play it.
But I like the demo for Liza P. That's the issue.
I did not.
which is weird. I'm like, I had a good experience with the demo, even though it was hard as hell. But I'm like,
You
it
have
was.
any idea how many times I uninstalled and reinstalled the demo without ever completing it?
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, I think a lot of people had trouble with the Scrap Watchman. That was a bit hard.
I realize it comes down to experience because I went back and redid the demo after beating the game, and it actually wasn't that bad.
It was a good game. But right out the gate, this one just feels a little too clunky for me.
I was thinking of doing a walkthrough for Lots B.
Why is it peace? You know, pretty straightforward. I'm surprised who else didn't join in.
Let me see. Is he still on?
Yeah, playing Call of Duty. We're all playing. I hope he realizes we're all playing just different games and just chatting.
Yeah, but if he's playing Call of Duty, he's on a voice chat.
I am. Truce.
He's definitely not playing Call of Duty with a bunch of random people by himself.
You know, this game is... It's gonna be the death of me.
Yo. It's kind of funny you already don't like it.
I mean, I'm just playing through it, like doing it while talking to you, so, and I don't know, people are even bored with me watching this shit. They're bored with me watching this shit. I'm bored with this game.
I literally thought you were gonna play Far Cry.
I thought I was... No, I didn't know what I was playing. I know when I start something, I have to try to finish it, but I don't know. It's like me cringing a lot.
Why didn't you... I don't know. Because you said you were gonna play Far Cry.
I was, but then I was like, let me try to just continue with the demo for Enotria, because I'm not even going to do any more videos of this, because I didn't even like it when I started playing. I was like, I don't understand this. I don't understand anything they're giving me in here. And some people are not even still understanding what is this dishing. Okay, I finally got my longsword up to a +3.
I've heard it being compared to discount Lots B.
They're gonna have to price drop this thing a lot. I feel so sorry. This company's probably trying to take off a bit, but I'm like, I don't think they are.
What is its price if it has one set?
I think it's like 40.
Okay.
But I feel like I would spend that 40 bucks for the DLC for Elden Ring than this. You know how much more things a person can do with 40 bucks? You know.
True enough. Oh man, this just a few more weeks and Elden Ring DLC will be out.
I know. June's around the corner.
Ah, time flies by so quickly.
I know. We have to figure out how to have a legit podcast. I don't even know how we would even do that.
It'd be a lot easier with an actual capture card, which I don't have.
I don't have either. I don't feel like spending the dinero for it.
Then the person who can have a legitimate podcast right now would be who else?
He has the mix. What do you call it? Did he get a new one, or is he still using that jacked up one that he bought from?
No, he got another one from someone else.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I think the Elgato is always gonna be the go-to for a capture card.
True.
I mean, technically, I have a laptop, so I can probably do directly from my laptop versus running through my game console. But it's just a matter of, you know, how we'll be able to dock. But, nah. I guess we just figured it out along the way. Yeah. I've been trying to
one step at a time.
I've been trying to figure out the places to discover in this game. I mean, fast.
You lost already?
I'm always lost. There's never a moment where I'm not lost. And because I'm sobering up, that means my brain is trying to work and function.
That's funny.
That's the story of my life. Your brain is starting up again. It means it's not running on alcohol fumes anymore.
Story of your life, Leon Kennedy.
I'm not a fan of that character. That's such a...
Really?
I'm not a fan of him. I'm so bored with him. I played him in Resident Evil 4, but it's just like, okay.
I mean, he's nothing special. He was a bit annoying to me, but I always did like him. Well, to be exact, I don't like... It's hard to like the new one. I like the original one, the cocky, arrogant one. He cracked jokes and mocked his enemies. I find remake Leon is a bit too serious.
They kind of gave him like a hefty brow.
They give him a butt chin.
A butt chin?
Yeah, when your chin has that split in it.
That's a double chin, but I can take the butt chin any day. It's fine. Saying it's a butt.
So I had this buddy, and he used to be together with this girl. But eventually she left, and she had a daughter. And he, I don't know, out of spite or something. If you saw her photo, she had the double chin. Yeah, he referred to it as a butt chin.
Because it looks like a butt. It has a butt crack.
Yep. So since then, it's just kind of stuck.
See, I can't figure out the parry.
Uh-huh.
Either that or my button just doesn't want to work for me. I don't like Leon. Can we not talk about Leon anymore? He's such a butt with a unibrow.
Talk about Chris? Because Chris just pisses me off.
Chris, pisses everyone off. Even in every Resident Evil film, Chris is annoying as fuck. Why do they have to make an annoying character? Oh, God.
Who?
Oh my God.
Claire is alright, but I actually prefer Jill. I did like Rebecca as a character.
This is so weird.
I don't know why they never bring back Jake from Resident Evil 6. He was a very good character. I've never really played or watched too much of any of the Resident Evils with Sherry. except for the most I've seen of Cher is in Resident Evil 6.
Is this a late edition? Welcome to our
I forget his name. Barry's a good character. Ada is likable, but unforgivable in my opinion.
I'm getting aggroed like no other. I can never figure this out. I found a boss, by the way. Oh.
Sounds like you do not sound happy playing this. At all. You sound like how I felt yesterday. I was in a pretty terrible mood, and my brother wanted to stream Dark Souls 3. No, Dark Souls 1, I mean, together. I did an hour stream, got pissed the entire stream, and then deleted the stream after. What? That's the thing? Okay. I did not realize that.
Check out this boss, Cole. This is like a stupid boss. I'm out of like healing anyway. Oh my god. This game is so stupid. Let's try it again. Because I'm a masochist. I don't like you. You're awful. This is, oh my god, he gets like a good backstab on me. I don't understand the parry on this.
I wonder if it's like Silver Blade, where you don't necessarily need to parry.
Yeah, you kind of do have to get on the mark. But to figure out the parry window is sucky.
Because from what I've seen with Silver Blade, you can simply dodge and not never parry, and you can parry and almost never dodge.
But it has a posture bar.
I mean, yeah, but the enemies in Stellar Blade does have something like a posture bar as well, but it's not necessary. The game allows you to go down path of dodging or the path of deflection.
I don't think this game really... To get a critical hit, you kind of do have to time it, but I don't know. It's weird. I can never figure it out. What is the parry? Ugh. Damn shit. Oh, it froze a little bit.
Graphical error?
Yeah, it does that.
I think this game is a PS5 exclusive.
This game was done in Unreal Engine 5.
Alright.
Oh. Alright, let's try it.
Let crimson
Oh my god.
Not very enough is really working.
Okay.
What the?
Oh, I missed the...
Your blade waits my
Oh, no strafing.
I mean, you should have dodged.
Okay. Oh. Oh my god.
Okay, just
I got locked in a corner. Of course. Nope. Oh god, I hate it. Let's do it again. Because I'm a masochist. This is how I ended up hating Sekiro.
Is this a late edition?
I don't know about that.
That's how I ended up hating. Oh my god, he got a really good range on me. Oh my god. Oh god. I need to get away from him.
I just loved every bit of Sekiro. It was clearly my bread and butter.
See, I don't see what anyone's talking about that the parry window is more lenient.
Really now?
I don't know why they said that. I'm like, it is horrible. Oh my god.
I find it so easy.
Not in Sekiro.
multi-parry in Sekiro than it is to properly pull it off in Lies of P.
I'm not talking about Sekiro. I'm talking about this game, though. Someone was
Okay.
comparing the parry window for this game, Enotria, whatever, is more lenient than Lies of P, and I'm like, I don't think so. I just like, I don't understand it.
No, I definitely think it's a lot harder to parry in this than
Okay, I
Then
think I
Lies
have
of
a
P.
time.
Let me turn your eyes.
Oh, fuck you. This is a horrible game.
Vancho Balbuna. Yes, it is originally a PS1 game. I just love playing it. Especially since I don't have an issue with turn-based RPGs. If you've ever played games like Chrono Trigger, then Chrono Cross is a loose, and I mean really loose, continuation sequel. Okay, so build it up.
Well, I lost visuals for a second.
Graphical?
Yeah. Ooh. I guess I'm really at it.
Crimson flow.
You have this on a jam pack disc? What's that? What's a jam pack disc? Is it something akin to like saving the games on a particular disc or something? I mean, you can straight up play this on your phone. If you got like anything higher than a Samsung Galaxy A series or something, you can get a PS1 emulator, download the ISO for this game, and play it like that. I just got it on PS5, so for $10 and figured I'll play it.
I died again to the clown.
Oh damn, he's really whooping your ass.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about it. Not thrilled.
Ah, demo or demo disc. Demo disc don't even yeah, you won't ever get that again. It used to be so cool when you had your PS1 or Xbox. You used to get a demo disc for certain games.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much non-existent anymore. Then again, you don't even really get physical copies or media. Wait, shouldn't I be getting... I should be getting paid for this shit. I don't know, I tried to get a job at the hospital and become an orderly. Fortunately, that got shot down pretty quickly. That's a lot of job effort. I may potentially get another job in a supermarket or at a construction job. I guess I'll take which one ever comes first, but I would rather work at the construction job. I mean, I've already spent years working in a supermarket already.
You broke me out of my shell.
You're not having a good time.
No.
Should've played Far Cry.
Could. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That reminds me of a joke.
Uh-huh.
A German joke about they wondered like if when a monk does something that they regret, if they go woulda, shoulda, woulda.
I'm getting my ass whooped. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, boo, boo, boo. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, doop, doop, doo. I died too many times. Doop, doop, doo.
Crosscut? What the? Oh man. Let's go with this one. Okay, the gun, don't we?
I swear the AI in this system, even before I throw the damn rock, cobblestone, it automatically starts to attack you.
Input reading.
Yeah,
I hate input reading.
I do too.
What they did in Elden Ring. I hate that so damn much.
Oh my god, I hate it. But I think it's 100 times worse in this game. I think you would be like, you probably picked a good choice on not playing it fully, because I think you would get frustrated so bad.
I was having a lot of difficulties in the beginning.
It's clunky. It's super clunky. Like nothing reacts to. I'm sure a lot of people are having a swell time, but for some reason I'm like, I'm not having a swell time at it.
It just what's the word I'm looking for? It just hasn't taken you.
No, it hasn't.
Me, I'm from the Caribbean. I've been saying I'm from the Caribbean a lot.
Oh, Caribbean.
I was playing with some people and they're all divers and it's crazy. We were talking about how ridiculous it is. We're all from so many different places. One's from Poland. I'm from the Caribbean. One's from Asia. And they were all having a fun time cracking jokes playing together.
That's good. I'm glad for you for that.
Although, I will say this. My best sessions in that game has always been with people or teams from Germany. The Germans communicate and have so much fun.
Yeah.
And then I ended up with teaming up with this one guy who's from Ukraine. He would actually use this situation or the situation they're facing in Ukraine as a joke. I was like, you know what, let's run away. He's like, do you think we Ukrainians had the option to run away? No, we had to stand and fight. So in this game, we're gonna fight.
Gonna fight.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Well, he's being honest. Alright, let's go.
It's just so funny. Super Squad was like, I like his attitude.
Perfection in the making. Other than what I'm dealing with right now, this is not perfection in the making. I'm surprised I'm even playing today. I'm so tired. I am gonna sleep in tonight. No one's waking me up tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, after casting that flooring, I actually told the guy in charge, like, after you're done with these jobs and you sleep, there ain't nothing that can wake you up, right? They just watch me and smile.
It's just like, you're just a baby. They get used to it.
I'm sweating like a pig, right?
Uh-huh.
And the guy's been doing the job since the morning. Never, not a breath, never broke a sweat.
Never broke a sweat. He's so used to it.
Exactly. And he's what, 65? I'm fucking 26. That just made me feel bad.
What do you think Pasquato's been saying? Like, respect your elders, man. Be doing some really cranky shit.
Yeah, I know. It's like when you see old people in anime, you know shit's about to go down. You don't fuck with them. Is there anything in the... No.
I'm seriously disappointed. I thought this game would be better. I was expecting something better, but I guess the only option is Elden Ring and Stellar Blade, which I'm not going to do Stellar Blade for a bit.
Stellar Blade, yeah, for this one, the demo I can tell, it's the game I definitely love.
Yeah, I like it, but you know, I want to have time for it. And I want to make videos on it. So that means I need to delete some shit.
Me, I'm turning 27 in November.
You're such a baby. I don't remember when I was 26.
What?
I don't remember.
How do you not remember something like
I
that?
don't even remember when I turned 30. I don't remember half of my 30s, okay? I don't even remember it. Forget it.
You'll be 27 on 15th of January 2025. Also, that makes the same age right now.
I'm like, there's people in their 30s, and I'm like, damn, I wish I was 30 again. No, I don't. No, actually, I like my 30s better than my 20s. You gotta age like fine wine. Or fine vodka.
Alcohol doesn't actually No, no, I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah, alcohol just gets better the older it gets.
Meaning the hangover lasts longer.
You said it, not me.
It does. The hangover just lasts a little bit longer.
That's a bushwhacker. Yeah, because the alcohol has had enough time to ferment.
In my soul.
Your great uncle would have been 115 on Monday. Oh, would have been. Meaning he passed? Yeah, I can't. There we go. Pass away, last one of the. Oh, my condolences. I'm not particularly close to a lot of my family. You can sort of say I have a strange relationship with both sides of my family. Let's see.
Oh. Wait, what? What's over here? I'm sticking to my MO.
Yeah, the music in this game is just really great. Okay, yeah, I could.
Boop, boop. Oh, God. Okay. That didn't work out. I'm having a field day. Yeah, I'm not buying this game on August 21st. I'm gonna forget about it before I even... I'm gonna forget about it 150%. I've died so many times I can't even count.
I want to finish the demo, but I do know though I haven't really found the game that interesting from what I've played.
The bosses don't look too interesting to me. And then the party is horrible. I'm sure other people have figured it out, but I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I'm gonna figure out this party shit.
Oh wait, what do we have here?
Have I been playing this for almost 2 hours?
Yes.
You mean I've been dying for 2 hours?
Yes. Yes, you've been dying for 2 hours.
This is horrible.
I mean, granted, I did do that when I faced off against Lexage. I spent the entire stream dying against her for 2.5 hours.
But I didn't expect to die for 2 hours. This is not kosher. This is fermented my soul into oblivion here.
Jade,
Yes.
it's just a game.
I know, it's a game.
Oh my goodness.
It's a game that has fermented my soul.
So, Here's something stupid, right?
Mm.
My headphones in my ears.
Uh-huh.
Now I know I want to unplug the mic because I want to use the cord to charge my phone or charge my controller.
Yeah.
I should plug the headphones and use this mic. I am literally looking around to see if I can find the headphones and wondering why I can't find the headphones.
And
It's completely ridiculous. It's like when you have the TV remote in your hand and you look around trying to find the remote.
sounds like me on a normal day. It's like sticking your cell phone in your back pocket. And then you go sit in the car. And then you're like, where's my phone? And it's still in your back pocket.
Exactly. Potato. It's kind of ridiculous.
My phone is always in my back pocket.
Well, isn't putting your phone in your back pocket something particularly women do?
I do it for a
I
reason.
don't know. Okay. I pretty much fear my phone breaking, so I would never do that.
It doesn't break. Like, what are you sitting on, a boulder?
I still don't know almost anything.
I'm like, unless you're sitting on a boulder, I'm like, it ain't gonna break.
You never know. Accidents happen.
Yeah. Every woman with a fat ass can tell you this. Your phone will survive.
Alright, fair point.
I'm like, that phone has been cushioned for life.
Let's see. Wasn't it inside here that I meet? Yeah, this is the character right here.
Insufficient material. I hate everything in this game. What is this? A sizzling torch. It's called a morning star. They're really trying to go the Lucifer route here.
What, just because it's called a morning star?
I don't know.
Isn't that also the name of a mace?
Yes. It's the name of a mace. But over here, in this game, it's a torch.
Okay.
See, I don't understand this dang game. At least I played it for today. That's for sure. And I played it in front of peoples that nobody watches. Alright, let's try the Big Bougie again. And then I'm gonna cut it here for tonight.
Behold the grand
Yeah, I think I'm ready to spend in the air and go to bed.
I can imagine you did a lot today.
Yes, we had to shovel sand in the buckets. Here we said sand. Dump it. Then
Oh, he got me.
open up the cement. Mix it all together. Pour water on top of it. Wheelbarrow that shit. All to its destination.
Yeah. Dead. I died. I'm not facing off against this dude again. no. I'm gonna end my stream. I don't need to fight this dude anymore. Oh my god, this is hilarious.